best. Hi, Meena.
Don't get too close!
At the right hand, it's the button! Here comes the catch.
I got you covered!
Gotcha. Nice and spicy. Gotcha. Busted.
Mind the deluge.
Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
You are not welcome here. Kamisato up. Suiyu!
Yeah! Shiver!
Behold! Cry louder! Scatter! Propagate!
ಹಲೋ. ಸರ್. ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೈಲಿ ಮಿಷನ್.
You can't run! Judgment!
ಡಾನ್ ವೈನರಿ.
The wind rises. How amusing.
Judgment! You can't run!
Behold!
ಈ ಡಬ್ಬ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಸ್ಕ್. ಅದು 3-4 ಸತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೂಸ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಮಸ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಳು ಮಾತಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೂರು ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ
Add astro. Add astro. Thank you for complete.
Mora. ಮುದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊತಿದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಹೊಸ ರೀಸನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೀರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ದ ಕ್ರೊಕೊಡೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಮಿಷನ್. ನೀ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಲಿಯೋ ಅಥವಾ ಇನಸುಮಾಗೆ. Report back to UK.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tataris Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict your...
Yeah, well, I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason...
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just great. Let's go find out what the...
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the...
Hey, what's with that face?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, this is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry. Traveler, I hear you've helped many...
Actually, we don't know much about that place either.
My teacher...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my...
hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of...
Well, fair point. In that case...
Let me give you some... But in the end, apart from the...
That's right.
So first this strange person goes missing.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make... It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in even back then. Tatara Suna was already at the center of Ina.
Wait, so there are 2 missing people?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like...
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, basically, something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else...
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest
Oh, yes! Of course! How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for the...
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your face...
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy...
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected.
Oh, and please read my Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but... Oh, how about if I plug the holes...
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up?
Akaba, look, your teacher has researched this Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say...
All right, thank you. If you find out...
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super... If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the... Did he escape or...
Sure enough.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of...
I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free.
A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe... But if that's the case, why...
Don't flatter yourself. It was...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start.
But Paimon's worried about you,
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just...
Don't you dare try to drive away...
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't...
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the... The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer... Plus, He's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck.
Wait a second. Farmer?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the duck...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility...
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings. And you said you...
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you?
Yeah, obviously!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we...
All right. Then I'll...
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you...
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, yes. As I told you once before, there's information...
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we can...
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twins' details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better equipped. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some trace the amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for, so I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
Exactly! Or...
I understand. But how things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. As Sumeru's deity, it is my response. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been it's my pleasure, really.
Paimon's still
I was going to contact you about that, but then, in fact, I was going to ask you that even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves.
Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you...
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now...
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost, unlike anywhere else. Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential.
Fine. Let's call it true.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any...
You sure?
If there are no further objections, or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh, the snark on this guy.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted.
Is this a small set? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So ooh. Paimon's never seen...
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information... Pick your jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, We will now proceed to the heart.
Can you still sense where the heart of Ermin's...
Yes. Permission to begin searching.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so...
I was just a man. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a heap.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him.
The rest is up to you. If you discover...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the one...
Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've also invited...
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our head?
That's part of it.
Paimon's never tried this, so... Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't...
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as days. Perhaps today will be the day that he... Well done.
ಯಾವ್ದೇನಾಯ್ತು? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನದವರೆಗೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ವಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. 3 ಇದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನ ನಾಳೆ ನಾಡದು 2 ದಿನ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out...
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into 2 people at the Academia today talking about an essay.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki...
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatara Suna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
ಯಾವ್ದಾಯ್ತು? ಯೋಯ್ಮಿ ಅದ.
Oh? How interesting. Those 2 men...
So the Gese got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing.
Must be a riveting conversation you 3 are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not... Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the top. Of course you do. You can't...
So...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was...
Wait! How did you know about...
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making... Huh?
This light. It looks...
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement!
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so?
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated.
ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಡ್ದೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಲೀಸಾ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ರೈಡನ್ ಬಟ್ ಆನರ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ರೈಡನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಅಯಾಟೋ ಇರೋದು. ಅಯಾಟೋ ಎಲೆನ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಬೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ರೋಸಾರಿಯೋ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ ಐಸ್ಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ರೊಸಾರಿಯೋ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಈಗ ಅಯಾಟೋ ಮೋನಾ ಇಬ್ರು ಇದಾರೆ. ಹೈಡ್ರೋ ಮೋನಾ ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್. ಮೋನಾದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಬರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಬಬಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಂತೆ. ನಾನು ಪೈರೋ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಬಲ್ ಹಿಡ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಂತೆ. ಅದಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್, ಅದು AOE ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವ್ರದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಬರ್ಸ್ಟ್ AOE ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್. ನನಗೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ 5 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋ. ಯಾರಿದ್ರೆ ಸೈನೋ ಇದಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಡಿಲೂಕು, ಜೀನು, ಕೀಕಿ, ಮೋನಾ, ಟೈನಾರಿ, ಇನ್ಯಾರಿದರಲ್ಲಿ? ನನಗೆ 5 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಫ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಐಸು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಗಾನ್ಯೂನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಶೆಂಹೆನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕ ಬಂದಾಗ ಫುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಹೀದ ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕಿಶಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋ. 5 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಿಶಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್. ಫಿಶಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಂತ ನೋಡ್ರೆ ಓವರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟೀಮೇ ಆಡಬೇಕು.
As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this...
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me. And now, even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw
So you say, Escher. But
my good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure...
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But
after all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor,
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat?
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to... I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside.
Judging from the look in your eyes...
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, I just want to know what you're still doing here. What? Don't you have...
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you...
You...
You're a little... I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well. At least for the first few days. But to my surprise, It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatar...
If you kill me, there's no one who...
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may...
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But...
It's no trouble at all. Patience. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me... the Doctor.
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology?
Look how even the righteous soul is... My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our...
If you give him my heart, he has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human, Mr. Niwa?
ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಜಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕರೆ ನನಗೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಖತ್ ಜಿಯೋ ಟೀಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಗೋರುನು ಇದೆ, ನಿಂಗೋನು ಇದೆ, ಜಾಂಗ್ಲಿ. Everybody and Noelu no. Noelu also scales on defense. Goru also scales on defense. Zhongli also scales on defense. Ningguan is normal.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful...
Hey,
Dottore. Good.
was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his...
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this
Maybe so.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, after the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, the load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Over what...
Holy moly! So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
ಈ ತಡಿಯೋ ಡಿವೈನ್ ನಂಗೆ ಏನೋ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತೀನಿ.
Yes. Only if he understands that.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಡಿವೈನ್?
Shall we see how he's doing?
ಡಾರ್ಜಿ ಜಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ ಅವ್ನು ಬರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸತ್ಬಿಡು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಾಯಿ ಮಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep...
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಗಿಯರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಬೈಕ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. ಹೊಸದೇ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಇನ್ನ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬೈಕ್ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ.
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes...
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since
Huh?
the reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul, it might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't... Did you get all that, Lesser Lord?
Yes. Astonishing.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time. Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your... No, I can't do anything like that anymore. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What the?
Nothing. I was just thanking him for... So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabuki Mono will cease to... Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like... But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone.
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared.
ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇರೋಡಿ ಬೈನ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ ಬೈಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
Oh no, he's really good.
Oh, Nihida! Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer. What?
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated?
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your fault. We're running out of time.
You know, Paimon's heard that Alhatham's been made acting Grand Sage, but with that personality of his...
Dream of Awakening ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು